and it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Look out, he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old, great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though, and I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
Got the quick pass, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Sooners come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end now in motion. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. And the Sooners in a good spot here with second and short. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got it in the middle, it's Gibson. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up first without scoring. The give out of the gun. Jukes his way for more. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Sooners started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking to throw. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Quick strike through the air for the score. The old Larynx is going to get a workout today with all these Boomer Sooners cascading down here in Oklahoma.
I do love that about college football, the individual chance you get. And when you get going early, when you get going and get this crowd going in a game, and they can be a big part of it, man, it energizes the whole team. And you hear what in this stadium, Reese?
Boomer!
Sooner!
And the extra point was good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Kent State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They're going to open this drive with a pass. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to...
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the golden flashes with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Newman. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. This crowd bringing the energy and them in position to pick up a first down.
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
It's complete on the right side. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. This crowd knows when to bring it. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The golden flashes, trying to pay off the threat. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kent State.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Zings it complete to the right. At the 35, he's loose. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. The screen, he can go. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times.
There he goes. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Sooners want to crank the tempo.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sooners. Lining up for the PAT.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it and put his foot in the ground, and that was Bader.
So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Pressure coming. Caught in the backfield, it's Garcia. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. First play of the period will be a second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. Still running at the 40. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick completion on the out route.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those
breaks into the open. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. That's the kind of skill that makes guys stars. The improvisational skills, the blinding speed, the ability to make the big play and make defenses look silly.
just straight silly. I mean, what do you want me to do? You put a guy that's that athletic, that fast, at the quarterback spot. Now you're telling me to defend the run, defend the pass, defend the scrambles. I mean, goodness gracious, I don't know what you want a defense to do. There's no stopping that now.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds a tight end. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. To the air, it's Mateer. Got his man on the outside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Sooners come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Got it in the middle. It's Burks. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. The Sooners will snap it on first and 10. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Sategna. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Just keeps slinging it. Wide open downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Offside. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Lost, the defense is wide open. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sategna. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on first down. He'll pull it down and run.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Caught near the sideline, it's Martin. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Back to the ground with the running back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. Fires to the big fella. At midfield, he's got room. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Running to Green. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, the ground game. Got the first down, looking for more. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. He's going to throw deep right side. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. The Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Going to the run to start this second half. Turning it on! He now has 80 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Offense gets set for second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
The inside handoff. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. And the golden flashes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete. And the Sooners line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Burks. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Out of the gun to give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. That penalty's the last thing this defense needed. Now it's 2nd and 4. Grab behind the line. It's Lewis. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Sooners really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Almost had the completion, just missed it. And the field goal unit is on the field. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Notre Dame escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think the Irish fans there today could have done without this one being so close. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. That's caught. It's Etheridge. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Finds his tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They go to the ground. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The golden flashes are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and the QB never wants to miss inside on an out route, right? You got to throw it to the sidelines. Don't let anybody undercut that. Go make a big play. And he did. He put it outside, put it on the money. I think the receiver needs to do a little better job. They got to secure that catch. He was open enough to make that play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Play action. Fires to the wideout. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting him, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him.
Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. And the golden flashes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he's got enough for a 1st down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches in a championship. to show off their hands in the passing game. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking for space. It's Newman. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really...
Oh, he's got some space.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Tries to get it on the ground. He's not going to get there. A big stop for this defense on fourth down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Grab, go to the middle. It's Gibson. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. Hunt is on its way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Quickly to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Berry. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Quickly out to the tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Golden Flashes are moving quickly down the field. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
There he goes.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route. Now, this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse. See, they agree with me. Same thing, but you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on 4th down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Catch in the middle. It's Gibson. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. And they're not on the same page there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Here's a throw downfield late. He's got an open man. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. The offense comes out for what almost certainly will be its final drive late in the 4th quarter. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Dances away to buy time. Inside the 40. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Clark. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And the golden flashes want to pick up the tempo. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kent State.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably. Maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Wants to throw. It's Mateer. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Sooners! They jump on top here in OT. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. shows off the hands first, got to make the catch first, does the rest, walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime.
And remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Huge third down to keep the drive alive. They need a touchdown on this possession. Got it in the middle. It's Barry. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. First and goal as they try to answer with a touchdown of their own. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. They got the score. Now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
Looking to throw on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
The Golden Flashes are threatening in the red zone. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Barry. Touchdown, Kent State. That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it.
Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. To throw, it's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna swing it on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Kent. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Offense set on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Robinson. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work on second down. The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. It's third down, and they need to get it in the end zone to stay in the game here in OT. On third and short, the power run here. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Fourth and long, and they have to pick it up to keep their chances alive. On fourth down, looking to pass. It's on target and complete. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal...
Glad to have you with us from Dick's Stadium in Kent, Ohio, home to the Golden Flashes of Kent State. UMass will kick off and will be underway. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Golden Flashes offense will have the football first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
After picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Makes the catch. It's Clark. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Golden Flashes come to the line with a new set of downs. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Got his man on the right. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The Golden Flashes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Golden Flashes.
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots. They did it, and here's how they ended it, with physicality. Punching him in the mouth, opening this game with a statement, and they got the early lead.
The returner will field it and bring it back. He's got great speed. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Coming out with it, it's Hunter. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out in the end zone and came up a little short. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Turning it on. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Garcia. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Golden Flashes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. At the 45 on its way. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. The Golden Flashes have their offense in high gear. Under fire. Got it behind the line. It's Garcia. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down. And this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Barry. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And the Golden Flashes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quietly. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kent State.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Minuteman offense heads onto the field for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Dropping back, it's Jordan. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. On third down, he drops to throw. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. UMass will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. To the air on first down. Unleashes one. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. That's the end of the period, and Kent State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense got it, they're on the run. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Makes it past the marker. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Right back to the well. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. Slithers into space. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He splits the upright. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The UMass offense returns to the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now that...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Caught behind the line. It's Price. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. The Minutemen come to the line on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. UMass will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Going right to work up top. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on third down, now setting up 4th.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Unloads to the right. That's reeled in, it's Gibson. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in, it's Harding. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Makes the grab. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. UMass now faces a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against a wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Good completion on the out. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. The Golden Flashes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun step and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And I think that's one of the hardest routes to defend. When you're outside and they're running comebacks, you think about it, it looks like it's going deep, I can't get beat deep. Receiver sits down, but how about the break on the football, getting in between him and the receiver and making the big play.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell that he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it It should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Kent.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Elliott. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. UMass will line up to punt it away. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Gives it on the option. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the golden flashes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The give is to Garcia. There he goes. Given 96 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his legs to buy some time. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
He'll bring it out. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. Dropping back, it's Jordan. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The give on the option. Quick spin on the ride. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. UMass comes to the line facing 2nd and short. The give to the back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. This UMass offense is moving quickly down the field. Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. And they pick up just a few on that completion. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. That's the end of the period, and Kent State is out front. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So we open the final period with a third down play. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, they blocked the kick.
And that's huge, not getting that field goal there, because if they made it, this would just be a one-possession game. And they'd be feeling a lot better about themselves right here in the second half. Obviously, still time to go. Game's not over. But the sense of urgency now has gone way.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The Golden flashes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Garcia. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Going for the marker on the ground. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. He'll start this drive firing. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming. The Minutemen a bit behind the sticks here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. He wants to throw it again. The short hands, it's good. So now it's second and long. Back to throw, it's Jordan. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions. Going for it all. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Got room on the return. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Golden Flashes have a lot of options on second and inches. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Golden Flashes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Now facing a third and long. He leaves it with his back. Kept it on the ground on third down, picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Trying to keep this drive alive. Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that... Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio, home to the Toledo Rockets. A full house is in store, and so too a terrific matchup in this one. And the Golden Flashes will kick it off to get us underway. Bringing it back. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Toledo's offense will have the first possession of the game. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone. Mix it up, give different looks, because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
And the Rockets come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. So the Kent State Golden Flashes offense will go to work for the first time. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking.
Turning it on! Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Leaves it with the running back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's got it again. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense.
Looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your buddies.
The Rockets offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Gleason. Finds his big tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Wants to throw on first down. Rushes on him. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. The Rockets moving quickly to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Makes the grab. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. And the Rockets come to the line with a new set of downs. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Well, after having 3 sacks in their last game, this offense knew they had to ID where this guy was going to line up every play, and they had to have an answer for him. Didn't have one there. He is...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure gets to him again, another sack. The Rockets will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Hand off from the gun. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Trying to make magic with his feet. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Finds the tight end. Gets away from one. He's got space. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good...
Now, we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Gleason. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. If we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Entertaining 1st quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll pull it down. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Garcia. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. They say you could call holding on every play, Well, they did on that one. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Garcia. Oh, the speed, the acceleration, the elusiveness, and he's down to the 43.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
The golden flashes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his feet to buy time. Creates a little room. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And the Golden Flashes have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Etheridge.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll go with a direct snap. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Moving out of the pocket. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. To the air, it's Gleason. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the grab on the left. Breaks into the open. He's inside the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Toledo. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Garcia. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He might want another play. They want to throw it. The quick out. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. At the 35, he's open. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Kent State.
Offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Rudolph. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. From the gun, running back gets to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Gleason. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got a man. It's Lang. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Rockets will punt it away on 4th down. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They evened things up the last time they had it. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Fires to the tight end. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Golden Flashes have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Scrambling away. That's it, fly. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his tight end. He'll be stopped at the 32, still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. And they've regained the lead. He'll bring it out. It's Rudolph. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll go to the ground. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up a 6. The Rockets come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Rides the back on the option to give. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards.
Number 36 in punt formation to kick it away.
They punt it away on 4th down. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. Guys, that'll do it for the quarter, and it's Kent State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. The give from the gun. Turning it on! What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. They'll give it to him again. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Takes the handoff. It's Newman. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
The Rockets offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Got his man down the middle.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Looking downfield, it's Gleason. Under fire. Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Rockets want to move quickly. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. And the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Nose is ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30, it would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Finds his man, it's Berry. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Kent State. And they take it in for 6 more points. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Gleason. The short hand, it's Jones. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. To the air on 2nd down. Grab near the marker, it's Crosby. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain. Looking downfield on 1st down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to throw it. Oh, they're after Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Third down coming up.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. On the run, fires downfield. On target to the left. Open space at the 25. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Looking for the score. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion. It'll be third and long. Looking for a man. It's Gleason. Caught. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. Hand off from the shotgun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do